Welcome to the Battle of Grunwald. The Polish was playing in War versus Teutonic Order, but first let's figure out how did we get here at the first place.
Don't be afraid, I'll be the one to guide you through this endless maze.
It was 1226 when the Polish Duke of Mazowiecki, Konrad Mazowiecki, invited Teutonic Order, expecting the order to help in the struggle against pagan Prussian. Grandmaster Hermann von Salsa had brought the first German knights to Poland the same year, with the presumed intention of staying a year or two. Nearly 200 years later, they owned most of Baltic coast, including the lands of Latvia, Estonia, and showing every tension, soon controlling Lithuania, Poland, and Russia. Teutonic Knights acted under the commission signed by the Pope, no matter how they behaved. They could always claim that they are acting under the Pope's authority and approval of the God himself. Christian First Mission involved the Prussians, the tribe that controlled the amber trade among the Baltic. Teutonic Knights eliminated them almost completely. Those who remained alive were forbidden to marry. Teutonic Knights continued their occupation. When the Knights marched on Gdansk, they killed most of the Polish citizens, 10,000 in number. They replaced them with the German immigrants, who gave them full allegiance. In 14th century, Order's attacks were mainly against pagan Lithuanians, the mission to spread Christianity and capture Lithuanian lands. The Knights of Teutonic Order needed reinforcements to fight efficiently in the region. Well-armed knights from Europe arrived every year to participate in Lithuanian crusades. For 2 centuries the Cossacks attacked, but the Lithuanians resisted hard. In 1385 Lithuanians entered into the union with Polish Kingdom, and the following year the Grand Duke of Lithuania, Władysław Jagiella, married the Queen of Poland and ascended to the Polish throne. He became a Christian and changed his name to Władysław Jagiella. It was understood by the both nations that only by uniting they could handle the powerful knights. It was obvious the war could not be avoided between two enemies. In 1401, Jagiella left his title to Grand Duke of Lithuania to his cousin Vytautas the Great, so that he could be free to concentrate on the Polish affairs. On August 14, 1409, Teutonic Grandmaster Ulrich von Jagna declared war against the Polish-Lithuanian states. June 1410, Polish were surprised by the arrival of 3 Teutonic knights. They brought a message, proposed that truce should be extended for 3 weeks. King asked why, and the knights answered the knights from all over the Europe wished to participate in the crusades and the honor should not be denied from them. Jagiella accepted the proposal. July 15, Jagiella spoke to his commanders. Brothers, we move today to end the tyranny which has occupied our lands. To freedom! To victory! Jagiella was 60 years old that day. Soon commanders asked King when they would move into battle positions, and King simply replied, "We don't." The Poles and Lithuanians had provided a formidable army. Crusaders had a huge black cross upon the front of their white tunics to scare enemy from a long distance. At 6 o'clock, Polish king revealed his strategy. Let them wait in the hot sun. Let them wait all morning while we stay here among those cool trees. When they are exhausted by the heat and lack of water, only then we engage them in battle. Meanwhile, Vytautas the Great was checking the regiments of Lithuanians and Poles, and with his strong voice gave the morale to the soldiers. Vytautas would participate in the battle as a leader of the army. At 8:30, knights were dropping with sweat. Grand Master von Jungingen sent two of his finest knights to opposing side with a clear purpose. When the two knights reached the opposing side, they cried in loud voice, "Lithuanians and Poles, if you are afraid to come out fight us, Grand Master sends you the additional weapons," and with the contempt they throw their swords. Also, if you feel you require more room for your maneuvers, the Grand Master says that he will now withdraw our troops 1 mile away. And suddenly, from the signal of one of the knights, the knights on a distant field did turn around and retreat a full mile. And soon strong voice, "Lietuva!" came out from the mouth of Vytautas the Great. Lithuania started to move forward to the first line of the knights, mainly light, quick cavalry. Soon Vytautas' knights reached the line and brought calls to the Teuton infantry. Von Jungingen, seeing infantry cannot stop Lithuanians, immediately ordered some of his cavalry to engage the Lithuanians. "Attack the Lithuanians!" shouted angry Von Jungingen without considering his foot soldiers. Soon most of the infantrymen were trampled to death by horses. Teuton infantry was almost wiped out. "It is gonna be fierce battle to end, sir. We will crush them," said the Grand Master, who always underestimated Poles and Lithuanians. He believed his army was better armed and experienced. Grand Master sent knights to crush the dangerous Lithuanian Vytautas the Great. Vytautas the Great ordered tactical retreat. But not all knights chased the Lithuanians. Some of them were afraid of sight of the forest, suspicious that might be a trap. Indeed it was. Reserve forces from Polish knights suddenly came out and started killing surprised knights. The retreating Lithuanians made an immediate U-turn and assisted the Poles. Vytautas, the great leader, was fixing the regiments and reformed Lithuanians and Poles who did not abandon the battle area and rejoin the battle. "Let's show them what Lithuanians can do. They can start praying for their souls because they won't have enough time to do that when we arrive," shouted Vytautas to his knights. Sound of returning Lithuanians were heard by the Poles, boosting their morale. Suddenly the Polish king gave the signal, and from the dark woods the Polish and Lithuanian peasants began to emerge, surging forwards. Scaring the knights, who at the time could not see clear, they saw many foot soldiers blending into the knights' lines like a mass of ants. The Teutons killed many of them, but the vast army of foot soldiers never stopped advancing. Vytautas the Great immediately ordered his troops to weaken the center and strengthen the sides so they can surround the knights. All combined to crush German power, which only the few days before had seemed impossible. Vytautas the Great was dealing out death to every crusader who opposed him. He was shouting and giving moral encouragement to his allies, who like bees were pressing the Teutons more and more, but the battle was still deadly. Most knights were confused now, their white clothes turned red because of the amount of blood on the ground. They circled in the Teuton army. No one could escape it. All grabbed the Teutonic Order's flag. Vytautas the Great throws up his hands and shouts, "Victory!" Vytautas the Great would be known as savior of Eastern Europe. Subscribe and rate this video accordingly. If you have any suggestions, leave them below in comments.